This is the hardest intro I've ever done, guys. But I'm just trying. I'm just trying to be a normal human being, so I'm learning how to do that. Let's review VSauce, okay? He's also a funny guy. Hey, VSauce, Gurunext is here, and we're gonna fucking rip your channel apart. The funny thing, this guy's videos are kind of timeless because he just has fun with science in a way, or with facts mixed with science. If you don't take it yourself too seriously, I mean, and make science entertaining, finally, I can watch that. But we're gonna get the vibe. I also want to check the evaluation. Also, so want to tell you guys the weirdest thing. I had a dream. I felt like Monica was somewhat present, but instead I got VSauce. I got VSauced, man. But it's a weird one, alright? You know how to stand out from the crowd? In the easiest way. But also pretty difficult, actually. You gotta get a balloon. Then you'll stand out, bro. Everyone has children. Everyone's like pretty or old. You know, you're not gonna stand out in any way. Unless you have some floating thing that everyone can see from far away. And now you're weird. Like, why does this guy have a balloon? It's like, isn't it like the easiest way to stand out? Like, what? And that's what I got in the dream. I'm like, VSauce shows up with a fucking balloon and hands it to me. That's how I interpret, because I might have forgotten what happened, but I feel that's what happened. Anyways. In a town square, technically, in the most populated place where there's shops and stuff, right? He hands me a balloon. And I didn't realize what it means until I'm like, wait, this... Now I'm visible. Now everyone's looking at me. Stop it. You just made me naked all of a sudden. Hey, VSauce, balloon here. Anyways. Balloon boy? See, that's a very interesting thing. You give children balloons, but you never really understand the power that's at stake. That you cannot handle the power of a balloon, bro. That is crazy. So let's figure out if chairs exist.
Michael here. And here. Michael here.
That's a pretty regular introduction of a YouTuber, you know. Everyone does that. Honestly, this moment, it's like, where did YouTube Rewind go? I mean, I need that shit. If he gets a good evaluation but doesn't make it to the Rewind, maybe I'll consider.
Where'd the crane go?
Am I right?
Thing, but of sextillions of things. Fundamental subatomic particles, electrons and quarks, or strings, or physical and virtual fields. This many to one.
Me angry. Me smash stupid person. He talk atoms. He talk strings. I don't see those strings. Me smash.
So,
again, I have to remind you guys, the Monica relationship, and he made me cry because of that fucking balloon 5 times. 4 times and whatever. I'm not gonna talk about it. But it's a similar relationship where VSauce is timeless, and my crush is timeless. And my heartbreak is timeless as well. Because I want it to end, but I can't find a solution. I can only find in ghosts, man.
Cut up reality into objective, real things by finding them. Ontological anti-realists disagree.
I wonder why they disagree. Interesting name. Anti-realism, bro. What the fuck is this shit? It has logic and realism, bro. That is so cool.
But it doesn't.
So the first problem we get with VSauce is he's asking questions that require logical answers, but the questions are fucking nonsense, right? What if we put two blocks together? Is it a one block? Is it one item? Are they connected together somehow? Wow. I still haven't truly asked if chairs exist, but I'm sure we're getting there. We're getting there. It's gonna take 40 minutes though. This actually is a bad video. Like, genuinely bad.
A certain degree of fixation is required, or a melding. If a surgeon sewed us together and the skin healed with no
Yeah, I'm gonna skip this part.
and holes others.
So here's what exists. No, chairs do not exist because if I put chair in, it doesn't have enough influence on me. That's it. Whatever I decide exists, okay? Shut the fuck up now. You barely exist, bro. And honestly, if you like chairs, you can spend money in order for chairs to exist or whatever. You can spend your influence. You can talk about chairs. I'm sitting on a chair right now. You want to talk about my chair? And technically, you can split your influence into atomic influence, where you know what delegated, how much, $100 you delegated to chairs, $200 because you love chairs so much. Maybe you married a chair and it's $300. It's more than you worth. Well, kind of. Pretty much married. You should do that though. It's all conceptual, basically. So I think that's the entirety of VSauce is just conceptual cancer. Because I don't want to be sewed together with him. I don't want to. Now I will have nightmares about that. But Jesus Christ, yeah.
There isn't something else here called a shoe. But he thinks that because people believe that they themselves other organisms.
I'll be really surprised if I literally just explained existence. The other part of the existence is just whatever you care about, first of all, whatever has definitions, and usually definitions are structures that solve some kind of problem. So chair solves the problem of sitting. Every single item is trying to solve some kind of problem. That's how they grasp onto influence, and that's how they grasp on for you to care for them to exist and have a name in the first place. And you don't need to dig deeper of like, what if I take this thing away? What if the chair is made out of metal? What's gonna happen, huh? Shut the fuck up. Chair is supposed to be where you sit on. If you can sit on it, it's a chair. This thing, you turn into a fucking chair that looks more like a pillow, to be honest. Alright? It's a pillow that you sit on, because you're not sitting on it. You're fucking doing this pose, and normally when you sit down, like, your legs are kind of vertical. Alright? So you're not sitting. You're fucking sitting on a pillow. It's not a chair. That's how simple it is. You don't need to overcomplicate things, bro. But yes, you do, because I have to fix you and get all the credit. Thank you very much. Pay me. Pay me with your beard. Pay me with that beard.
My beard. It has been given and taken. It has been watching. And now, to support Alzheimer's research, I present
Me. It's me, though.
a chance to win genuine trimmings of my beard,
I want all of it.
encased in glorious museum quality.
That did not happen, but this happened. Because I stole it. It was that easy. Because it's illegal to sit on pillows randomly for videos and have cheese stuffed in there. He had cheese in there. Bruh. It's pretty crazy.
Determination. If chairs really do exist, shouldn't they be able to interact with us?
Yes, we sit on them. Yes, we interact with chairs. That's the only reason why they exist. Why do I have to repeat that?
Part of this chair. Is it still a chair?
No, it's not a chair. You killed it. You fucking killed the vibe, dude. No one's gonna sit on this chair anymore. Fucking asshole. You scrape it with a knife. Why did you do that? For entertainment? Jesus Christ. He's becoming Mr. Beast now. Look how happy he is.
Doesn't annihilate.
It's kind of like makes me think of like, does Monica exist? Yeah, if I love her, then she still exists as my crush, you know. If the identity didn't change too much, if I don't hate her. Which is what women try to do, that they try to silence themselves instead of getting into conflict because they don't want to be hated, they don't want to ruin things. Which is understandable. Except Monica had to go far, far away to be silent, and, you know, who knows where she is? I don't know. Private, silent, and detached from everything. So yeah, she had to do that to avoid conflict, because I'm the powerful man. I'm the man with wind powers, even though I'm not mainly wind. Shut up, Monica. Yeah, here we go. Now I love her even more. So, I don't think she exists though. I think I killed her with a knife. Stupid fucking VSauce. Why did you do that?
Subtracting.
The chairs are gonna fucking create a cult and not exist for VSauce. Exclusively, alright? The atrocity, man. The loss of atoms. Can you believe that? Bro. Yeah. I love scientists because they care about atoms really much, so they're not even gonna touch you, bro. Holy crap. I love that. You ain't gonna touch me, bro. I will snap my fingers and atoms will start leaving from your body. You will not be able to control that process, bro. Man. If only scientists believed in magic, then bad things would happen to their brains.
Would God be like, correct. You guys nailed it. That is exactly right. It was a chair before.
And now it's a broken chair. It still looks like it was a chair, because that's how chairs look like. You know, it's recognizable at this point. But it's broken, because you cannot sit on it. It's still technically a chair. You can sort of fix it. But damn, maybe just throw it away. It's kind of also not only broken chair, but it also defines as trash. Alright? Potentially useless. There's a lot of definitions, man. It's also blue. It could be a blue color of Bugatti. We don't know. We have to test that scientifically. Wait. There's more.
You want me to pay you, what, $50 for fucking shiny blue? Fucking shiny blue!
Clear and unambiguous boundary.
Yeah, but like, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? So we have things, and I've made things, and those buttons, they have identities. They're like voodoo dolls and all that stuff. But the funny thing is, like, if you create a reasonable, logical version of reality for yourself, you can explain a lot of things that way. Alright, and it's a lot easier because you're dealing with the Matrix, not the real things anymore, so he's trying to pull you into the Matrix, but in a weird way, you know, where it's like, are we gonna dip into the Matrix? And I'm like, fuck it. I jumped in a long time ago. I don't feel I need to fluffify the transition, you know. But if you stay in the transition for too long, you will never actually learn anything. You're just gonna learn facts about all the different ways you can learn things when there's an actual objective truth. It's basically, let me show you. So there's the Matrix and there's the fucking dick sauce. And you go like this, right, into the Matrix. There's many ways to go there. But the Matrix is gonna spit out a fucking answer. 2 plus 2, you know. 2 plus... What is 2 plus 2? It's a 4! And then you're like, but there's so many ways to add 2 plus 2, so let's fucking investigate that, and we're gonna call this VSauce, and fuck off. Fuck... What is that? I don't need that. I need the answer. But there's so many ways. Look at all these ways, man. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I come from this side, from that side. This was the introduction, basically, of VSauce. Like, oh, look at it over here and over there. You're still gonna come back to the same thing. You're gonna say, hey, Michael here. I'm a dick boy. You know, with a T-shape, T-pose, NPC. Yeah. And I lost my beard somewhere, so I can't make videos anymore. Am I right? Is that how it works?
This boundary. When the last piece is removed,
there will be no VSauce videos. Here we go. We figured it out. It was all held by the beard. By the power of beard. You remove the beard, it's no longer weird. Am I right? Yeah, like imagine, like, oh, you slowly add 2 plus 1 plus 1, and like, but every time you go like 3 and like 4, but there's another way to do it, like, you can like spill the beans and be like, oh, it's a group of 4 things. Actually, you can actually even group like 2 times 2 because it's two twos that you can add, and it's like, whoa, VSauce, guys, VSauce. It's very useful, right? All these different things, sure. Guys, remember me when you pee. Without a beard.
well, how many chairs are here?
Oh, so you want to kill more chairs? You're getting addicted to killing chairs. I have a problem with that. Alright. Can you turn this chair into 2 chairs? Not really, alright? So shut the fuck up. 1 chair. Alright? We're done? We're done here? Yes, if you cut precisely and take 50% of every single piece somehow, you can turn this into 2 chairs, and you'll be a genius. And you'll be imprisoned for being an insane person for doing that. Because you're wasting my time. Alright? I can't sit on your head. You're not a chair. So, what properties do you have? I do want this watch. I do want a watch. I want to own a watch, though. That's like cool and stuff. That does things. That would be useful. Because I want to have a watch and be like, boom, you know. There's that one, yeah? Yeah? There's that one? What are you doing? Making babies with a chair?
Of can.
What? Did Bear got attacked by a chair? Chair Norris, boys. He's gonna be defeated by Chair Norris. Oh my god. The wrestling match. He's already meditating because he knows he will never sit on a chair anymore. This is his last this is his last date with a chair, bro. Goodbye. Get isolated, bro. No more chairs for you. The answer is no, they don't exist. I'm sorry to tell you. They all died. They all left you, man.
Parts of the boat wear out, and I replace them with brand new parts. After, say, 10 years, well, I might realize that not a single part of my boat was part of the boat on the day I bought it. Do I now own a different boat? Have I owned 2 boats? But now
It's still the same thing. Who cares, by the way? You just renewed the parts and kept the identity of the boat as best as you can. An identity of the boat is the influence of the boat, and it solves problems. With a boat, you can feed a hungry VSauce family.
Which boat, and storing them away in a warehouse. After I've replaced all the original parts, they take them and join them back the way they were 10 years ago. Which boat is Theseus?
This is ex-Theseus, because he was discarded. Actually, this is Franking's Theseus, alright? Because you just, like, molded out of missing pieces. Like, I mean, literally. Like, we have definitions for these things. You're not stupid enough, right? To forget about it?
Millions of chair candidates here is the chair. And the removal of no specific atoms will ever stop it from being a chair, because there is no chair here. And there never was. There
is no chair here, and there never was, is his conclusion. Thank you for answering the question. I'm sorry that you broke up with chairs, but it is what it is, man. I still have one, so it exists for me for some reason. Still get to sit on it. I had to change it. Honestly, my chairs were breaking because fucking computer chairs, they're so fucking crappy. And they're probably purposefully crappy because, like, they're expensive too, and they have wheels and stuff. It's like, I don't need that shit. I need a comfy chair to sit on that's stable and stuff. This looks comfortable, but maybe you add a pillow on it, and then it's double as comfortable, which is what I did. You know? You know, sometimes you have to compromise. You have a pillow, and your chair is angry and wants to break up with you unless you give it the fucking pillow. You upgrade the chair. It does not turn into super chair. Or an apple if you put a pillow on it. Don't worry about it, VSauce. Please. I hope there's a good conclusion to this video. Now I'm invested into this relationship that he has. I don't want this guy to lose all his chairs.
An atom or electron or whatever, but together they are a chair. Well, not so fast there, chair lover. What do you mean a chair is?
Oh my god. He's going deeper. Now he's spreading his religion. Not so fast, chair lover. I will make chairs disappear in your life as well, you little shit. Oh, you don't touch me, man. I'm pretty comfortable with my chairs. Get the fuck out of my face. I will steal more than your beard. What about your glasses? You won't be able to see with your glasses. You won't be able to say, "Hey, Michael here." You don't know where you are without your glasses, bro. You don't know if you're here. You'll have to ask this question.
Points to a whole bunch of things, and not one of them is a chair.
Yeah, because you put them together to make a chair. They have to work together, guys.
So,
I guess the funny thing is, it's like, will VSauce make it to the other side? That is what you can say to yourself watching every single of his videos. Will he find the chair? Because they kind of exist. I'm pretty sure, dude. When I'm sitting in the Matrix, I'm like, yeah, like, people have solved the problem of sitting a long time ago, and honestly, we call them chairs. It's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Technically, he has a problem with chair because it contains most of his hair, you know. So I understand you're very sentimental about it, and you know, like, you have a problem with your hair and stuff, but please don't force your anger onto inanimate objects, okay? And tell them that they don't exist. They have feelings, okay? They have feelings invested into other people, because I will be offended if you call chair non-existent object. I will be very offended.
Our cake and not have it too. Amy Thomason does this in a very clever way. She points out that if I ask you, hey, is there anything in the fridge? And you look inside and see that it's empty and say, there's nothing in it, it would be weird if I came over, looked inside myself, found a single eyelash in the corner and said, excuse me, what is this? You said there was no thing in the fridge, but
So, yeah, I mean... Well, that's one way to ruin my expectations. You know, you were looking for an eyelash. Oh, I thought fridge is about storing food. So that's what I told you. Like, fridge does not have food for you. But now we're getting into a problem. You don't want for food to disappear, Mr. Michael. You don't want to get into that problem. That's a pretty bad one.
side of the shirt, come on.
So what is the correct way to solve 2 plus 2 equals 4 and whatnot? And like, what is 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to? The funny thing is, once we solved it once, we actually use a thing called memory. It's very special fucking straightforward lane. It's when you become straight and not gay like dick sauce, alright? Here you go. Memory! Your DNA encoded. The 3 plus 4, because you really wanted to. And now you remember almost instantly the answer. You don't even need to add them. You just remember because it's very useful to remember that, because you're adding a lot of things. And potentially it's quite a recent thing that we invented in schools, and we mass-produced people who have this DNA of adding things together. Because that's cool. I like numbers. Alright? Thank you. Thank you very much. Corn-eating, beardless, chairless man.
To our crane.
Just because he sat here with this chair for so long. If we came into his basement and found this chair, we would know this is VSauce chair. This is a special chair that appeared in the video. Just because something exists, just because something is influencing people, the definition slightly changes. Alright? If you put a signature here or something, if you did something with a chair, it would even give it more identity because it sucks up the experience almost. You know, a little bit of paint, a little bit of marking, whatever. A little bit of scraping with a fucking knife. It almost killed it. But yeah, you can scratched up chair. There's all sort of additional things that you can see on a chair. But the main property is being able to sit on it. Alright? Somewhat comfortably. And read a book. Ah, I got you, bro. No. Sit next to a table, am I right? Yeah. That's kind of like the most generic thing. Like, you have a chair and you sit next to a table and you do your thing. You know. But VSauce really captures the scientific mind, basically. And all these facts that you're capable of losing yourself into, but never really ask the right questions to solve the right problems. You know, my problem I'm trying to solve is what the fuck am I watching, to be honest. Like, we figured out what chair is a long time ago. The only question is he still sitting on a chair, because I don't see it, and I'm very concerned that he broken up with every chair in the world for being such a douchebag.
We realize that nearly everything we see and feel, all ordinary objects and even ourselves, are ontological parasites.
Oh, yeah. If that's what you want to call yourself, that's cool. Oh, we realize, guys, we're parasites, man. What the fuck is going on, bro? What? We're nearly finished the video, and I don't feel good about it. We're not getting anywhere. We're just becoming parasites all of a sudden, and it's like cool for him that we do. It's like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, paper doesn't have value until we turn it into something, until we write something on top of it. But he's like, you know, he has this crane thing, you know, that's made out of paper that's cooler than paper. But you know what's cooler? Turning yourself into a parasite. Let's go, baby. Well, at least he has a definition now. He's an ontological parasite. We'll never forget that one. You're gonna keep that for the rest of your life, my friend. Except your beard, you're not gonna keep that. Or your glasses. Or your watch. Or that curiosity box. I don't know if you want to keep the shirt, because you're naked all the time anyways. So, yeah. I don't know what you're gonna keep, but, you're an ontological parasite, so maybe you shouldn't keep anything, because you might, contaminate all those items that you have, and they might be useful to someone else. So please.
Big blue cheeseburger sounds fine, but blue big cheeseburger sounds kind of weird. When we embrace the idea that cheeseburgers are not physical objects, but instead exist as an abstract, we are the seeing. I am not a thing that dies and becomes scattered.
No, we're bringing death to the table, but hey. He has one more thing up his sleeve. You know, it's like, well, chairs were trying to exist so much that... Who are you, VSauce? Who are you?
am death and I am the scattering.
He is the death and scatter. No. I think we already established who you are. So I don't think you're death. He tried to jump over, but he bumped into an ontological parasite paradox.
And as always, thanks for watching.
This is so fucking toxic, bro. My god. My goodness, bro. Well, every American slowly turns into a demon. That is to be expected, guys. No big deal. You give too much power to someone and they can't fucking handle it. They get into war against chairs. I mean, fantastic. Literally, the ending was like, if I shaved off my beard, there would be less things Michaeling around, you know? Ooh, yeah. It would be different Michaeling of atoms, yeah. So, he did not make it, alright? I don't think he made it to the other side. But where did he land, is the question. Well, I mean, the ending was pretty rough, so he just died, you know? He just like, I am death. And honestly, it's kind of satisfying ending. You're trying to jump over something, but then you die. When you're trying to jump over into the other side of Matrix, you're not really supposed to die. You just like, you give up and return where you came from, but I guess he found so many answers that he just died knowing that there's probably infinity amount of ways to ask whether chairs exist. So he's like, fuck me, I have to publish this video. I have died now. I have Michaelinged too much in this world. What the fuck is this shit, bro? That is the scariest video ever, bro. The chair taking his identity, taking his beard, everything, bro. It's like, it's not a coincidence anymore that he mentioned shaving off his beard and then actually doing it for charity all of a sudden. You know, the chair has possessed him. Alright? God damn it, bro. Chair wants all of his hair, apparently. This is crazy. All of it, just to try and exist, you know. But Michael, I need more of this. Everyone must see me, and I'll need your hair, and that will compose a chair. Please. Man. What a story, isn't it? But we're not done yet, because we need to fill up that 1 hour of content. It's gonna be so easy. We just watched one video, and I'm already crying. In agony. So there's no tears, there's just emptiness. Usually we say ing when we say, you know, singing. Does that mean sing is a bunch of singings? And Michael is a bunch of Michaelings? So stop Michaeling around, okay? Fucking turn into a chair. Oh, we got it. Honestly, we got it. Is that how people lose their minds? They touch something for too long and they get into conflict of like, but chairs don't exist, alright? But Michaeling exists, kind of. Man, this is so disturbing, bro. Honestly, Michael from VSauce died because we're not getting YouTube videos, and that was his entire identity. So honestly, he kind of just died, and chairs still exist. So chairs win. Honest, that's it. But no, like as I've said, the videos are timeless. So that's kind of cool that he was able to capture all these things and get defeated by chairs. That's pretty cool.
Our impact evidence of intelligent life beyond Earth has been brought up as evidence that some sort of...
You know what? What's the best episode before you die? Talk about intelligent life. What? Is the world flat or round? Can we figure that one out first? And then you have the climate digester, boys. Digester. From Mr. Gates. Bill Gates, man. Like, I wouldn't listen to a person who's named Bill Gates. Alright? He wants all the bills for himself. It's kind of terrible. So he's gonna create a stupid problem and is gonna propose a solution that will benefit him. Wow, isn't that crazy?
What is reasoning? Well, reasoning is a way of making inferences.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what reasoning is. Well, the easiest way to explain reason is like it is meaningfulness behind something. But it could be multiple meanings clustered or like very big meaning. So meaningfulness, like, it's a very weird word. A reason to do. It's weird to explain what reasoning is. I'm not making fun. I'm just flabbergasted that the explanation requires a transition into another word that I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Inference. It doesn't seem reasonable because we quickly removed all the meaning from the word reasonable or reasoning. We just quickly removed it. It's like, oh, so it means nothing right now. Okay, Mr. VSauce, you just lost the game of reasoning because in the game of reasoning you have to keep the meaning and achieve to the point of full explanation of why. Just you have to piece a string of meaning until you get to that end game, basically. And when you blow someone's mind and they realize, oh my god, there's a superpower that I can collect. You know, there's a cool fact that I can learn about life that will make me 10% smarter or some bullshit like that. That's what reasoning is. It's just throwing reasons to create a meaningful conclusion to things, to piece together a story or whatever.
An inference is a piece of new information extracted from the information you already have. Now, we make inferences.
What the fuck is that shit, bro?
Nonetheless, our.
But yeah, you sort of like filter out irrelevant information. You're just talking about things that another person can understand. But you're just reminding of. But it's like, what? Why is that relevant? I can't even explain through inferences the reasoning. I can't do it. I can't follow VSauce anymore. Now he has to drag me while I sit on a chair, alright?
Consciously.
Like, it's so simple, right? What's the reason that you do something? You have to do the reasoning. You have to explain why you're doing something, why something is meaningful. You have to reason, you have to protect concepts and things that have meaning in general. And yet a fucking again, he just destroys everything. So annoying. He's destroying everything when there's a simple explanation. Like, so simple. And you don't need inferences. You don't need to create a new word that means a completely different thing than itself. You know, inference is a completely new word while it's referring to information that we already have. Using information that we already have. That's cool. That's also kind of known as reasoning because I don't want to expand my dictionary because it would be not reasonable to do so. You know what I mean? Why inferences fucking trigger me to death? It's crazy, bro. This guy's insane now. I can't watch this shit.
They support. When Eratosthenes calculated the circumference of the Earth to within a percentage or two of the value,
he was wrong. You still haven't proved that Earth is flat or round. So stop it. No circumference, okay?
Reasoning evolves. Since the scientific study of human reasoning began about 100 years ago, it has been found again and again.
It has been found again and again that science is unreasonable. Wow! How do we figure that one out? Thank you, VSauce. You figured... Wow. I'm so proud.
It has been found again and again that not only are we bad at reasoning, lazy and biased, but we actually seem almost programmed to be bad. Like,
Can you imagine? Can you imagine just spitting out how science works in truest words? But he's actually like saying to all people, like all people are bad at reasoning, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? How are you gonna prove that? Science has proven that you're bad at reasoning. Yeah, because you defined what reasoning is improperly. Just like Michael is an elephant. He is. He said, oh, Michael is not an elephant. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? He says, like, Michael is an elephant, and he disclaims this fact. Like, I don't understand, bro. Oh, yeah, that's true, actually. He's not an elephant. He's an ontological parasite. Fuck yeah, bro. At least he knows that science sucks balls. Within his heart, you know.
the flaws are intentional.
I mean, for fuck's sake, how cannot science see the hypocrisy here? You know? The flaws are intentional. People are not reasonable with science because science is unreasonable. You can't test people's reasoning using science. It's impossible, bro. You just have to observe. Science usually can Just sit down and observe things. And it's like, wow, it is reasonable if you just observe and amplify and encourage people to do the right thing. That's it. That's all you have to do. But the moment you spread your disease, then of course we're not reasonable. Of course. Science is the problem for a lot of problems right now. You have no idea. This kind of pisses me off to a whole nother level. Fucking VSauce dying in front of my eyes. What a loser.
If the task involves answering questions about one's political beliefs, things we would seemingly have a firmer grasp on, nearly half of participants will fail to notice that the answers they gave have been reversed when they're later asked to explain them.
Yeah, if you put pressure on someone's political beliefs, they're gonna be like, why are you questioning me this? I should probably flip the fucking answer just to be more comfortable. You're putting very fragile people in a very test-heavy environment, and you're expecting good results. No, they're gonna get a D or an E, alright? And you get a fucking F for being a fucking fool.
In that,
I just want to exaggerate how important it is. People like naturally don't want to give in into an ideology. They want to throw it out there as a defense mechanism of like, what political party you into? Why is that? It's like blah blah blah. But like, just like, what is a woman? We're not supposed to be unreasonable about this, but people attach to feelings and not, rational explanation of like, a woman is a woman. Whoever wants to define themselves as a woman will figure out definition themselves. I don't want to imply definition onto other people. And, it's just a self-defense mechanic that puts you in a very, very stupid spot because you're advocating for something that makes no fucking sense. Some people are unreasonable because they want to. They have enough reason to be unreasonable sometimes. It's crazy. Psychology is crazy when you put everything into perspective. But you have to spend so much time doing so. It's impossible, basically, for any scientist to make a conclusion that this is how things work. It's just impossible. That's your stupid hyperobject, alright? Hyperobject is simply the definition that one person cannot know it all. It doesn't matter how many books you read, it doesn't matter how many lectures you go to, how many YouTube videos you watch, it's impossible to just know it all and make a full fucking picture conclusion unless you want to be the best, like me. Then you watch all sorts of content and try to relate to all sorts of people and try to understand their point of view. And then you start reaching conclusions that no one could have ever predicted that this could be so fucking simple. That you can just play Uno reverse card and it fucking works because everyone is hypocritically stupid right now. Oh, intuition, thank you. It's my, bus stop. Let's see what we got.
parent.
I'll just remind you guys, it's impossible to follow my footsteps. You'll have to spend so many hours just educating yourself and putting words out of your brain into the open just to filter them out and see what sticks and what not. Like, this is absolute fucking torture that no one is gonna go through. No one's gonna reach my level of reasoning. Ever. Not a single scientist, no one is gonna fucking top that. Unfortunately, just like it's very difficult to catch up to Mr. Beast right now. Who's gonna do it? Probably no one. Alright? At some point you just realize it's impossible to do something. And I'm in that position where it's impossible for any scientist to fucking defeat me in any sort of reasoning. If they can't even fucking define it, it's unbelievable, right? They can't even define the game we're playing. And yet they want to defeat me in reasoning. Tell me the earth is round? Yeah. My flat is also a fart.
Why do you think they're upset? You can nonetheless produce all sorts of reasons.
Because you need that to defend yourself. That's the whole point. If someone asks you for a reason, you just spit it out. And because we're not judgmental, and science is not judgmental, they just take it for face value. They're not going to ask. It's just a test. But because test is one-sided, another person is going to defensively, spit out a bunch of words that don't really mean anything, because they don't want to dig deeper, and they don't actually expect to be evaluated deeper. The ball will not bounce. This is why we have silencing of society. People think that communication is one-sided. People think that I watch a video and I just received information and that's the end of story. That's not how it works, bro. It's not how it works. It just corrupts you, basically.
They wanted in the first place. This is called confirmation bias, our tendency to look for, prefer, and interpret information so that it confirms what we already think. It frustrates our ability to accept new inconvenient data and is a problem for the intellectualist view of reason. If reason is for finding truth and making better decisions, why would it have this major weakness?
Because people are often obsessive, and obsessive people will always go to your stupid confirmation bias parties where they get tested. Oh, I do have confirmation bias. I was obsessed about, my thing that I have to defend, and I get to extract views and recognition and, reliabilities. Because if you don't change your point of view, then you are a reliable person. You're going to be reasoning towards that thing. You can be flat earther. You're going to be reasoning towards flat earth. You're a scientist. You're going to be reasoning towards science. You have a bias to defend things, but you also, as an American, have a bias to obsess over things to an extreme extent without even considering the other side. Because another thing about America, they're trying to be very, polite to each other. Not to get into each other's faces, unless, you put them into a cage called Twitter, where they don't see each other's faces, and they don't have to be polite to each other anymore, right? It's just an offload of information, or offload of emotions that you can unleash because now you're safe. Now it's a different environment, but you're not safe to say opinions in public. That would be weird, man. Unless it's a protest, then the confirmation bias, if you are in the protest, you sort of agree with the thing. It's like, I don't even know if confirmation bias is that relevant, to be honest. A really reasonable people will just, not subscribe to any side and just allow questioning unless we're going towards a certain conclusion, and then I'm gonna snap. Then I'm gonna just drag someone in there. There's a strategy, basically. This is a very, very peculiar strategy that's more successful than others when it comes to, dealing with this shit.
Options, and sifted through reasons in support of both options, we would both have twice the work to do than we would if instead
we split the country in half. We have left and right. They have different values, completely different values. They're just splitting everything into two pieces. And they're starting a war with each other, which is like fake war, but it's just a reasonable way to get the discussion going, basically. Where there's two different sides. And often, if people want to be political, they have to pick a side, right? That's the whole point. But the reality is, the sides are irrelevant. Is the ones who understand both sides, who are truly powerful. This is why I have a tremendous amount of power, because I just sit in the middle of everything. And I'm like, you're wrong, 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 because you don't see the full picture. If you don't see the full picture, you're just going to be wrong most of the time. You have to put the reasonings together, even at least in your heart, right? Even if you picked a side just to be a front man of something. But, now that people are greedy for power, they're going to say that my side is actually the best and they have absolutely no reason to exist. This is now becoming hostile, basically. And, it's a pretty cool highlight, though.
Now,
and it's true, like, confirmation bias is actually quite relevant when it comes to, like, making decisions. You need a person that's in the middle that has not picked a side to decide which side wins. Or maybe it's a draw. A draw is a shit move, because often enough it's a fluctuating thing of which side wins. But if it's not clear who the winner is, even in that particular moment, well, you can call it a draw. You can call it, like, well, let's keep going. Let's keep the debate going if either one of you guys want to win. And again, it depends on what is at stake, what is the amount of preparations you have. All these things decide basically which side gets to win, almost. You can manipulate this stuff a little bit. It's a fun thing, dealing with politics. Am I right? No, it's always showing up in conversations where people pick a certain side, and you have to dismantle that shit. It's fascinating stuff. Here we go to the wisdom of the crowd. Well, I have it. I have an entire crowd of personalities, and it's not some kind of disorder. It's about having a collection of perspectives that were kind of clustered into just 4 elements, 4 personalities, 4 major things. And from there you can just branch out as much as you want. It's not a big deal.
process information into a conclusion better than any one person could do alone. It's why we don't trust big decisions to a single person, no matter
Trust me, guys. No matter
how educated
well, education is not going to help you with that.
or powerful they are.
Sure. Except we kind of care about them when they're really ridiculously powerful, but it's very difficult to hold power as one person. They have to extend that power, and they have to hold military or some bullshit like that. Hold the government hostage in a way, in a submissive state. But yeah, interesting. I have it, though. I have the wisdom of the crowd. What are you gonna do about it?
Thing.
Oh my god, now he's talking about elections, and here's a fucking wisdom of nugget of wisdom. Nobody wants to be a fucking politician, alright? No one wants to go to the government. Yes, you get your money, but it's the most despicable fucking job you can have. It's brain rot, Who wants to brain rot? Me, Donald Trump. Why you want to brain rot? Don't I get power for brain rotting?
I'm very highly educated. I know words, I have the best words.
Yeah, it's, he's very highly educated by whatever he likes, Whatever he likes. He has a lot of self-esteem. It's brain rot, because everyone else is like, fuck, I wouldn't want to be a president if this is the only thing we fucking elect, right? A shitty brain-rotting president that, is crazy, bro, that nobody likes. No one fucking likes a single president in recent times. We just kind of elect them for, or at least U.S. But I don't even care about, I don't care. I don't care about presidents. You must understand, you don't get some kind of a tremendous prestige for becoming one. It shouldn't be your goal in life. So, whoever wants to, set certain laws in motion and control fucking society, whoever wants to take the blame for it, I mean, go ahead, go right ahead, no problem. All right, so that system is gonna stay. He wants like random people to take the blame basically for decisions that happen illegally or whatever. Are you fucking random people? What are you talking about, bro?
Back to its social.
We do elections to see who wants it more. Which idiot wants it more and who's gonna show a bigger self-esteem and explode on camera because I want to be a president, you know? Because slowly, I think slowly everyone realizes who's running for president of like what they're actually asking for, what they're actually dealing with, and how quickly their brain starts rotting basically just by thinking about becoming a president. Like, this is the most disgusting thing you can do to yourself, is be elected. We have a crowd and we have a clown. Alright? You want to get there? No, it's not a reputation boost to become a president, especially when the requirement is 40 plus years. You know, you already have to be dead inside. You already have to have lived your life and not really care about things. Besides, like, well, help other people. It's almost like we're trying to elect an old man that has no intentions of living for himself anymore. You know, he just wants to live for other people. So we need to elect, unfortunately, and there's no better way to do it, unfortunately. But, you know, if you live in the world of illusion or science, you'll come up with that, you know, idealistic way of how things supposed to work, you know, a logical way of like a numbers way without actually caring about people's hearts and emotions and social, you know, values. No one wants to be a president. We don't want to lose that person, okay? Or see them impacting our lives basically, or local places. Because, you know, we elect a president, he comes from a local space of some kind, and they're going to be, you know, tied to that place. So they're going to put pressure on that place as well. Like, we don't want this shit, all right? But whoever wants it more will put less pressure, or will be able to distribute pressure, or will be able to, you know, open their hearts a little bit more. So that's how elections work. And again, we need someone to blame for everything. So we don't have to fight it amongst ourselves too much, you know? Whoever would make the decision would fucking start a riot. It's pretty bad stuff. I don't want to be in that place. So anyway, however, the more we protect presidents, the more we even feed their self-esteem, and instead of looking into their flaws constantly, just remembering that your brain is rotting, my friend. You can be here for 4 years, but I would recommend resigning whenever you feel like you can't take it anymore. So, and doing it for 8 years is like, I guess. Now it's suicidal. But that's fine. Am I right, Obama? Now I want to add Obama on the list and double check. How much brain rot has he collected over the years? Because that one is pretty interesting to me.
1,000 years in the future. I like to think that although widening participation will be difficult, it might provide us with a kind of existential security. The impact of emissions on our planet is not going to be the last hyper...
Oh, more emissions. Oh, that's your ending, am I right? Sellout, basically. Fuck your stupid emissions. Stop emitting stupid fucking words. Alright? Your words turn to shit in the middle while you're saying the words. They turn to shit. We have to clean that shit out of the system, out of the YouTubes. You know? I had to do all this work for 2 videos. What the fuck?
We face. If we can do a good job with it, maybe far in the future, when our civilization has advanced to the point at which, I don't know, people can be quantumly recreated.
Michael for the president. He thinks about the future, guys. Oh my god. That's so cool, Michael. You want to be a president really badly? How about that? Because you're so idealistic and you think about the future, even though you're not going to live longer than fucking 40 years into the future. Bye. Bye. Go away. Go to another universe when you die, please. Thank you very much. Alright, this is the most detrimental thing about science, is that they like to care about the future, but they're not gonna live that long. What the fuck are you doing? Stop thinking about the future that much. Alright? Yes, it's very important to have impactful decisions that would impact the future, and you have great self-esteem because of that, but it's just impossible to be more than just a role model of like how to live a proper life, and that's it. That's all you can do. Just impact your own future properly. Anyways, guys. Fucking VSauce, man. Pretty cool dude. When it gets eaten. You know. When you just remove all of his reasoning and replace it with something else. Something better. I guess it's very easy to improve something. You know, like, you eat something, then you turn it into energy. And now I improved my life because of that. So, you know, it's fuel. That's usually what YouTube is about. And when I say eats, he was just Michaeling around and I just plucked a cherry and put it in my mouth. Alright? See you guys next time. Don't forget the T-pose. Learn that one, because otherwise you will not look normal. After watching my videos, you will not know how to be normal anymore. It's pretty bad stuff. Anyways, bye!